I couldn't find a place for the check or a mama to console and pay his respects. Luke fought brave and true, but no one would know. Just a box for a hole. These hills reap what they sow. These hills reap what they sow. These hills reap what they sow.
Hi, what up, nerds? Welcome.
Hello.
It's episode 3 of Echoes of the Valley. It's an old gods thing. We are not live. This is a pre-recorded show, and I'll talk all about that towards the end. But for now, let's just get on with that whole introduction thing and weird, awkward question thing and all of that good stuff that you love, that everybody comes to tabletop RPGs for, actual plays for. So, like, go ahead and get us started there, our illustrious storyteller, Jeremy Stedman.
Well, welcome back. I'm Jeremy Stedman. I'm going to be telling our Old Gods of Appalachia story this week. And I guess my question for you guys is, what are you bringing to the potluck when the Ladies Auxiliary cancels the damn beef and bean? What was it? The beef and
barley.
Beef and barley.
When the damn beef and barley gets canceled, what are you going to bring?
What are we bringing, or what is
your character
bringing to the potluck?
Not yourself, but your character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to plug my head when I'll answer your question.
Okay, we're going clockwise from Jamie, so that means Lily, you are up first, friend.
Hello, I am Lily, and I'm playing Maris today. My pronouns are she, they. Maris's are she, her. And I'm known as Elise on Life, but I am Lescribe in Twitch and Discord. So we're not live, so I won't be in the chat this time, but normally
In spirit.
I'd show up as Lescribe in the chat if I was doing that.
Well, you could still come into the chat when this is live.
I mean, yeah. Like if I'm available when it airs. Yeah. So I think Maris would bring two things. She would bring fry bread and cornbread to kind of balance out both parts of her heritage.
Marlo, you're next.
All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Marlo. You can find me online at Marlo Bogwitch, and that's Bogwitch with 2 G's. I'm playing Willie tonight. She uses she, her pronouns, and I use she, they, because I didn't say that. Important to know. Willie probably wouldn't make it herself. She'd probably talk someone else into making it for her. She's really not much of a cook. Her kids know this. She just never, just not good with the cooking thing. But she probably would talk someone else into making something very delicious that she could take. She still wouldn't take credit for it, but she would make someone else make something.
My turn?
Now it's your turn.
All right, cool. It's all right. I'll learn it eventually.
It's okay.
Hi, my name's Remember to turn your phones off during the production. My name
I don't.
So my name is, you can find me everywhere on the internet at It's Just John, usually with a underscore in between it or two. My pronouns are he, him. Tonight I will be playing Wyatt McAllister. He also uses he, him pronouns. And what Wyatt would bring to the cookout is nothing, because he was told everything was being provided for. So why? What dish am I bringing? I, y- y'all got all that money.
Did he?
Y'all should be the one cooking.
Did he
He's
bring?
bringing blue in his appetite. That's
Exactly.
As far as he
Or-
understands, cooking is not his job.
Or would you try to claim that whatever Willie brings is also from you?
Oh yeah, totally. Matter of fact, Willie was probably telling Wyatt to bring something to the cookout. So, but yeah, no, I Wyatt's a mess.
You muted.
Muted.
Rufus.
yeah.
Now you are.
Yep.
I think you're.
There's like a weird delay when.
Yeah, it's
my
like a
thing-
directional thing. It sounds like.
Mm.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, it wasn't muted. It was earlier, but now it's not. Hi, I'm Rindis of Party Wife Games. I use she/her pronouns, and I will be playing Jolene Higgins, who also uses she/her pronouns. You can catch me everywhere at Party Wife Games when we are actually live doing stuff. And Jolene would probably be the one sneaking the booze in, since Wyatt didn't.
That's fair.
Yeah, and Renda's just check you're muted on Google, so just go ahead and
I
check that real
am.
quick. I wasn't gonna interrupt you during your thing.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, I see that. I'm not coming up. That's weird. Okay, hi.
It's a whole ass thing.
Well, I told it to unmute when I first booted it up, so I guess it did it again. But that's
Yeah.
it's working now.
Oh well, I guess that's just little old me. Hi everyone. My name is Val. I'm your resident cryptid. This is my channel, and I don't have perceivable pronouns as of late. But I am playing Colette, and Colette is a she/her kind of gal. As far as what Colette would bring to the cookout, who buddy? She's gonna have a hard time picking because one, it's not like Tennessee got seafood, okay? Y'all don't have shrimps. Y'all, like, at best you can go noodling for some catfish, like, at best, right?
Not at this time.
Yeah.
You can catch crawdaddies in the mountains.
Yeah, but
You
you
can.
know, them crawdaddies ain't the same, okay?
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. I've never had them from Louisiana. I've only had the damn mountain ones.
Like, I tell you what, they get like they're baby lobsters.
Yeah,
In-
but they're
in the
not. They
rice
don't get that
paddies
big.
at the
They don't
swamp.
get that big
Mhm.
out
Big
there.
old mud bug.
They get maybe
old
like
mud bugs.
this big, maybe.
I'm sure they're delicious and compact. But yeah, so
Not really.
So so the shrimp po' boy is out of the question. However, if that's the case, pork is available, chicken is available, and she's assuming rice available, and she can find oil and butter. So, or she's gonna try. It is 1930, but she's probably just gonna make a jambalaya, because what she's got is probably a whole lot of leftover boudin she's got to make. She's probably got to put everything. It's got to be cooked, or it's gonna go bad at this point. And that's what a jambalaya is. It's just a whole bunch of leftovers that you throw in a cast iron pot with some rice, and the Trinity. My Trinity does not include celery, because celery is fucking disgusting. Instead, you add garlic to that. Like cooked celery is like even worse, like texture and taste wise. It's so bad. And I curse
That hurts me.
celery. I
love
just
celery.
don't. I just can't deal with it. I used to eat
The
raw
smell
celery.
of like cooking celery is so good. It
Mhm.
smells
That's
so
the
good to
worst
me.
part. So, like, everything about... And celery is oddly one of those things as a child that I enjoyed that I stopped liking growing up.
Your
Usually,
taste buds change.
yeah, I didn't like onions, garlic, and tomatoes before, and now I love them, except now I can't eat tomatoes. Which
When
is very
another grown
upsetting.
person tells me like that they don't like something, I try to be impartial. I'm like,
Yeah.
you can't judge them.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm a
and
grown
yeah.
man and I have a few things that I don't like, and I'm just like, man, I can't tell people.
The
but
tisms
I don't
just
like
don't let me
broccoli.
like celery anymore. Like, that's just a
Yeah.
thing. There's
So
only...
everybody has like that one vegetable their parents made them eat. I feel like that. It's just,
Spinach.
I love spinach.
it was broccoli for me. My parents made me eat the broccoli, and now I just got to at 30 years old. I can eat broccoli again. I am starting to eat broccoli of my own
To be fair,
choice.
like when you learn the other vegetables that are also broccoli but not broccoli, they taste so much better than broccoli. Like Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are phenomenal.
But
It's all about how you
Nope.
cook this stuff.
That's
Nope.
new. They didn't used to be that good. That's very recent that they got
Yeah.
that good. They crossbred them.
They did. They
I
crossbred
didn't
them.
read about
Kale. Kale is
I
delicious.
will let
Cauliflower is
you
delicious.
have
All
I
of
will
it.
let you have Brussels sprouts. I don't
No.
even care if they taste better than they used to. I am not. Nope.
Yeah,
You know, and that's fair.
they're a hard one for a lot of people.
But yeah, so that being said, that's us, that's me. Just a couple things before we get started. Because we are not live, you are not affecting this game with your bit subs and donations. But if you're looking at Nightbot for this particular stream, the reason that we are pre-recording this and not playing last week as you're watching it is because the people here on the stream decided to go participate in the global strike to help with the to bring awareness to what is happening over in Palestine. I personally support the ceasefire in Palestine, and I acknowledge that what is happening to Palestinians is a genocide, just straight up. So that is the reason this particular stream is not live, because as a collective group we decided to not go live. That being said, everything else still kind of applies. This is a horror game, so please take care of yourselves while watching it. Things can get kind of icky and squicky. We're taking care of ourselves still in chat with our safety tools, but we want you to take care of yourselves. Since it's not live, you can just skip ahead. Like, sort of
The parts
thing.
you like, you know.
Yeah, you can do what you like. But yeah, that's it. That's me. Let's start playing this game, Jams.
All right. Well, we're back in Baker's Gap, Tennessee. Little valley in the mountains, Blue Ridge Mountains, and our group is split up, I believe, at the moment. We've got Colette, Willie, and Jolene, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've just wandered into town the morning after staying the night with Marcy Walker at the Walker House. They wandered back into town to check out the Mutter home. Let's see. Layla Mutter, she went missing a few days ago, but they found her. But turns out she's not doing so well. She left home looking for help, and she said something about the cellar. Why were you guys investigating the cellar again? Somebody want to refresh my memory?
She said I was looking to see, like, if she had thrown, because she was having bad tummy problems, and she said that she retched so much in the cellar that that she would have, like, something might still be in there. And I don't know what Colette was thinking with, like, investigating the bodily fluids, but she's like, you never know. There could be, like, demon goop that came out of you for all she knew. Like, kind of thing. She's an exorcist by trade. Like, and y'all also learned that Colette's strapping underneath the habit. So, like,
Oh yeah.
that's the other thing. But yeah, we had opened up the cellar doors, and we got that waft of, like, rotten fish smell.
Mess with the nun, you get the gun. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. It came to me.
It's true,
Nuns
though.
with Guns is one of my favorite movies, you know.
Not seen it. I feel like I gotta see it now. So, you guys are at the Mutter home. It's a modest 2-story building with a hipped roof and front porch. It's painted yellow with white trim and a blue front door. Nice little shutters on the windows and everything. But you guys noticed that the yard was flooded and there were lots of puddles and everything was kind of soaking wet, even though you don't remember it raining. Maybe it rained while y'all were asleep, or maybe it just passed over the Walker house. Either way, you walked around to the side of the house where the cellar door was, and as soon as you opened up that thing, Colette, there was this wall of fishy awfulness that just hit you like a ton of bricks, and
Oh yeah. Heard
it
that. I
smells
smelled
like
that shit at the pier before. I don't like it.
this, mildew and just like rotten fish. Um, Cellar down there is dark. You can't really see down into it very well because the sky is pretty overcast today. It is a cold day on December. I don't know what day it is.
It's like right after Thanksgiving, right? Or right before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it's right beginning of December.
Yeah. I waited down there with like no shoes.
December 2nd.
Yeah, I waited down there with no shoes because cold, yes, but again, it's easier to dry wet feet than it is to dry wet socks and wet boots. But as soon as I get that smell, and I just like strapped them, like I'm holding my shoes, like tied them together, put them on, but as soon as I get to that space with that smell, I'm like, oh. And she starts saying some words in Creole French that nobody understands. But you don't understand the words, but whoosha, you can you get the gist that it's probably not something that Jesus would enjoy hearing. But she kind of
You can see some faint light like filtering in through the floorboards as you get to the bottom of the steps here, and as you get closer to the source of the smell, it just starts to burn your nostrils, and your eyes tear up. It's like cutting onions.
She puts her shoes. She kind of waits at the entrance of the cellar. She puts her shoes back on because going down into the cellar with bare feet sounds like a bad idea. And she's assuming that the flood waters aren't as like thick, because it's mostly on the grass.
There's several inches of water kind of covering the floor here.
I can see the floor from where I'm standing.
Have you gone down in?
No, I've not gone down in. I'm still at the entrance with the waft of smells, is what I'm saying.
No. You can see the basement floor, and it's covered in a layer of water.
Yeah, we don't want tetanus, so we put our shoes back on. Not the socks, just the shoes. And I turn and I look over at Willie and Jolene, and I'm like, oh.
What's got you bellowing over there, sister?
That is vilain down there. I do not. I cannot. It stank.
Like, what kind of stank?
You can't smell it? It's coming right out.
You can smell it from over there. Even if you're standing like across the yard, you can smell
okay,
this
it's that
horrible
bad.
stench.
Yeah.
I was just worried the sister was afraid of getting a little wet, that's all.
I'm not afraid of getting wet. I just don't like drying off my socks.
No, it stings to high heaven up there. Or down there, rather.
Does it look pitch black, or is there a like a light of some sort?
So the house does have electricity and plumbing because it is in the middle of town.
Yeah.
So you could find a switch probably once you get down there, but you don't see it from where you're standing.
Okay, and there's like the light from the.
There's a little bit of light filtering in from the rooms above where the window, the curtains are open, the shutters are open.
Gotcha. Well,
I could go first if it makes everyone feel better.
Oh no! You're a civilian.
What's that got to do with anything?
And I lift up my skirt and I like, whoosh, let's go. You can hold my flashlight.
Willie,
why? Thank you. I'm so honored.
After wading over there to her and her lifting up her skirt again, she's like, "Ah, jeez, girl, Aren't you married to the Lord? I shouldn't be seeing this much of you.
I am fully covered. These are just pantaloons.
Oh, still, I don't think our Lord and Savior would like me seeing that part of you.
Well, you're also like a lady. I don't.
Yeah.
There's a smelly sailor. Are we? You really want to be talking about my thighs right now while I'm holding a weapon?
This is not the kind of. Never mind. Let's just go on.
I will just not comment while we have work to do.
And
Where I'm gonna leave that.
Yeah. And I will lead this group on down. So.
Well, as you get further down, like I said, it starts to kind of burn a little bit, as almost as if you were chopping onions or something. You can see that there is further in. There's a ladder with a light bulb hanging from a single wire with a string. Further into the room, the ladder probably leads up into the kitchen or the living quarters somewhere. And there's shelves lining the walls with all kinds of barrels and jars and preserves, pickles, potatoes, onions, that kind of stuff. There's some like kerosene and things like that, tools and such. You see a few pieces of old furniture that have been covered with like bed sheets. But mostly you see a big wash bin in the center of the room that is completely filled to the brim with this water, and it almost seems like it's still like kind of like bubbling and flowing out of this like big metal bin that you'd like use to like maybe bathe in, or you could use it as like a trough for an animal.
So this bin is bubbling and overflowing with water, and this water is traveling up the stairs into the yard.
It's traveling over the edges into the cellar. Now,
okay,
whether it's leaching up into the yard, that's that.
Okay,
You
sorry.
maybe test that some way.
This I'm trying to.
It's not flowing uphill.
Yeah. Okay. So.
But it could be getting into the yard.
Okay.
Through the groundwater.
Is there a stick in here or like a rake or something?
Yeah, there's lots of tools. You grab a rake.
Yeah.
Or a hoe. Grab a hoe.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a hoe and I'm gonna like with the sharp end of the hoe with my left hand. I'm ambidextrous. I'm just gonna like mash it into that trough thing to see the bubblers, to see if I feel anything.
You feel the bottom. I mean, it's like you kind of like bang around in there for a second, and it's like you can't see the bottom because the water's like murky.
Yeah.
But you can feel the bottom with the tool there. The rest of you, Jolene, Willie, y'all see what looks like at first looks like the reflection of like the light off of maybe like a piece of glass or a jar or something, but then the light kind of shifts and the gleam is gone. Whatever it was there is gone. It was over in one of the darker corners of the room.
So, but can we see the like that corner, but it's just shadowed, or is it like shadowed to the point
It's
that it's
shadowed, and you can kind of see the reflections of like the little faint gleam of some of like the jars of pickles and stuff.
Willie's gonna Willie's heading that direction. Willie's not afraid of ghosts. She ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Okay. What are you trained in, Willie?
Let's see.
What's Willie's wheelhouse? Her wheelhouse. Willie house.
There's
a joke there somewhere.
Stop.
Thank you. Somebody stop me.
So, sensing danger and understanding magic, she's trained in those.
Oh,
Um,
okay, yeah. Then I would say that this is going to be a speed defense roll, but it's going to be eased for you.
okay.
So make a d20 roll, and you need a 12.
Okay. 13.
Nice.
Nice. You feel something move in the water next to your foot. That's not blue. it's not. It's not any of your anything that you see, but you feel it like something slide over your foot,
Hey,
and you kind of
there's
kick in response, and just manage to kind of like jump back out of the way before you see kind of a splash. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no.
I wanted to get the effect across.
Yeah. So, just kicking, kind of flying back, trying to get away from it. She lets out a yeet.
Jolene, you can't tell if the splash was from just the kick or if it was from something else. Um,
Y'all see anything strange?
There's
What's
something in
going
the
on?
water with us.
Just
At least
gonna
one
quick-
something.
at least.
I don't know what it was, but it ran across my foot like an eel or something, or a fish. Something touched me.
both of y'all, Colette and Jolene, make speed defense rolls as well. If you're trained in that, it'd be eased, or if you're trained in like sensing danger or something.
Yeah, I'm trading. Where'd my character sheet go? Where's she at? So PDFs like to open in Microsoft Edge for some reason for me, and I'm not here to fight it. I am trained in speed defense, so
Nice. So you need a 12.
okay.
Otherwise, Jolene, if you're not trained, you'll need a 15.
Oh, I got a 4.
I want to say Scrappy gave me something with speed defense. I'm just gonna double check real quick.
Sure.
But I rolled a 13, so let me just find that real quick.
Let's see. It says you get +4 to your speed pool on Scrappy. It also says you can press your luck, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, I had the pressing the luck, which was what I was gonna lean into next if Scrappy didn't give anything.
What's your so you're a Scrappy? What's your
Defender.
focus?
Rough and rowdy.
Okay, I don't know. It wouldn't tell me then if you're trained in that unless you have it on your sheet. Then
I don't see anything for speed specifically, but I do have the leveraging risk.
Could
Which
do that.
I was gonna say she was gonna be stepping forward to try and be the person who lures it out. Her protective nature would be if it's gonna grab anybody, it's gonna grab her first.
sure.
Something called fortuitous food. What is that?
So the way that works is, it's as long as the task is no higher than 6, you can succeed, but also get a GM intrusion, as if you have rolled a 1. So what happens is, as Lily, kind of gets startled all of a sudden, you feel something wrapping around your leg, and you look down to see this strange, pearlescent, scaled, serpentine-looking fish with these kind of orange, beady-looking eyes that kind of checker its head and neck. You don't have time to count how many eyes are looking up at you as it wraps around your leg. You don't take any damage, but it's holding you in place and it's trying to drag you under. And I need you guys to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Hey.
I also got a 4, so I failed too. So Mm-hmm. But it's so,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
I rolled a 2.
Is our D20s for initiative?
yeah. So the way initiative works is it just if you roll higher than the enemy's target value,
Mm-hmm.
then you get to go before them. Otherwise, you go after them. That's kind of the way. And you guys can decide amongst yourselves like which order you want to take your turns in that context.
I got a 16.
Or if you just want to stick to the numbers and make it easier, that's
Yeah.
typically easier. But
A 19.
so in that case, Jillian, you will go first, but before that, you have time to take your turn. You do see that Colette, you feel this sharp pain in your calf as this like toothed maw of one of these things that almost resembles like a lamprey's mouth, but
Mm-hmm.
it's the teeth on it are thin needle like, and some of them like even might like kind of snap off as this thing takes a bite out of your leg.
Mm-hmm.
And it deals. Gosh, I had my notes open, but I looked up Scrappy. It's all Jolene's fault. I'm just kidding. Let me.
So, Maris, what do we plan on doing after, if things don't go bad for them? We're going to build like a cabin.
Right.
If we die, yeah.
Us too.
They died.
So it inflicts 5 points of damage to your might pool.
Okay. That's
Um,
just grabs onto my calf muscle. Well, okay.
and then I need you to make a might defense roll to see if it wraps around you and holds you in
Okay.
place.
So do I make so might defense, sorry. So it takes 5 points out of my pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that brings me down to a 6. And as far as might defense goes, I have an 11 with the edge of 1. How does that defense roll work? Mm-hmm.
The defense roll is still a d20 roll,
Mm-hmm.
but if you want to spend effort, you can spend effort on any roll.
Mm-hmm.
And it costs 3 points in your might pool to spend effort,
Mm-hmm.
but it only costs 2. So it could be worth it. You spend 2 points to avoid taking 5 points of damage.
Gotcha.
The game is kind of a gamble like that.
Mm-hmm. And I also have training in initiative. Does that give me anything as well?
It would make it eased. So instead of needing a 15 to go before the creature, you would only need a 12 to go before the creature.
Before the creature. Okay, so let me do this defense roll. I think I will spend the 2 points to see if I don't take 5 kind of thing. What's my target?
12.
12.
You got this.
Yeah, I got a 17.
Word.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So
you
there we go.
this thing starts to wrap around your leg, and
I got that hoe, and
Yeah,
I
you
still
take that tool
like...
and just like drive it into this thing's side. And although its scales are tough, it is deterred enough to like recoil back into the water. And you see these like orange eyes that kind of have this faint luminescent quality as they like dimly like fade back away from you.
I kind of imagine the way that I imagine it happening. Like I see the thing wrap around Jolene, and I start to feel the thing wrapping around me, and I just take the hoe and I put it between like my calf and this thing, and it bites onto the wood of the hoe instead, and I just fling it like hell no.
You kind of see that the water, like the murky brown water around your ankles are starting to like turn this darker shade of red.
Oh hell
And,
no.
Jolene, you're wrapped up, but you're up. You're ready to go.
Her immediate response is probably just something like, "Ah, hell," before it just grabs her. And thankfully, she doesn't need weapons to fight. She is the weapon, and so she's just gonna start like pulling and trying to tear and thrash this thing off of her. She says, "Don't worry, I got it. It ain't going nowhere. Got it right where I want it." And she's just being flopped around, but she's gonna try and attack.
You see this thing has these like catfish like whiskers coming off of its mouth and neck, and you manage to like reach down and try to grab some of those. Maybe you can like rend it up, and get a hold of it.
Yep. Just probably try and give it one of those good just pops to the head. She ain't got a club for the catfishing, but she's gonna try. And that's just gonna be a roll. 3.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You wanna-
I got this.
You want a GM intrusion and get an XP?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll take experience.
If I recall you saying, you said, "Fuck me up, fam."
Yeah, that is always my approach, especially when the dice decide to fuck me up.
So you
let
feel this tug as you miss, like your hands kind of slide down the side of it, and it's almost like a sandpaper like quality, like a shark skin, as these pearly white kind of shiny sheeny scales cut your hands a little bit, and you feel a tug as you're not fully pulled underwater, but you are pulled to the ground, and you can feel the water starting to get deeper around you. It feels deeper than when you were standing for some reason. I don't know if that makes sense. It might not make sense. It probably doesn't make sense.
It's
to
getting
Joey.
worse. The situation is becoming more dire.
Yes, your friends still seem to be standing in the same depth of water, but Jolene, you're starting to sink. And then Colette's next, I think.
Seeing that Jolene is starting to sink, y'all ever just, shot an eel with a gun underwater?
We call
Try
it
to
pulling.
avoid them, but
Because
call it
Colette
pulling
has.
Frank
Not necessarily an eel, but she's seen them big old alligator gars out in the swamp when she's on the wind boats, and
Fuck those things.
they're just big old swamp puppies. But I think I'm gonna take, like, as you're being dragged down, I kind of want to just, I know there's not a lot of light here, but I do shoot sharp and straight, so if anything, as long as I don't hit you, I'll hopefully want to scare this thing off of you. So I would like to, I'm gonna shoot him.
Shoot 'em.
okay.
Shoot 'em.
What size is your gun?
Yeah, I was looking at, it doesn't say like pistol. I was looking at the weapons. I assume it's a medium. Because I don't know if Colts are mediums or lights. Because I was looking at
It's
the
completely
weapons.
up to you, but so you're an explorer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're proficient with medium.
Yeah.
So they could be medium if you want. You can use a medium. You can use with 1 or 2 hands, but you can only make 1 attack.
Yeah.
With the medium, I believe.
Well, I still have a hoe in one hand, basically as almost as a defense mechanism.
Keep that thing on me.
Huh?
Sorry, I said I keep that thing on me.
Yeah. But I think I might want to kind of like maneuver quickly so that I'm closer to the stairs again, so that I can maybe get like a better vantage point, on, see if like I just see any part of this critter, and I want to shoot.
Sure, yeah. You move towards the stairs and kind of just get up out of the water a little bit, and you can see the whole basement from where you're standing, and you can see the water, the ripples around Jolene's body, and you can make out like vague idea of where this thing is. It's going to be kind of hard to shoot it, but I was looking at your abilities here. Let's see. You inflict 1 additional damage with guns, and you're practiced with guns. Oh, that means you can use any size gun. So it doesn't matter. It could be a big gun, small gun, medium-sized gun, whatever
I
you
can
want
just
it to
use
be.
guns. Like,
Well, we need to establish what your I guess what your primary what did
I
you
have
say?
2 Colt revolvers.
Colt
So,
revolvers.
mhm,
I say they're
45s.
probably mediums if they're 45
Okay.
revolvers. Yeah. Um. So
Sorry,
pull
there
those
was Reese's
things out.
Pieces in my vicinity, and I just realized until now, and it's made me lose my dice.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. My
Uh,
whole dice
You
tray
just
is
need to
gone.
do 20.
Oh shit! You ain't throwing ones.
I know. Okay. All right. So, I'm shooting. Sharp and straight. I'm assuming lowers my my threshold, right?
No, it just gives you an additional damage and lets you use
Oh,
any
okay.
size gun. That's what I was just looking at.
Gotcha. Okay. Additional size damage. Gotcha. Okay.
You can, let's see, you can spend effort, so it'd be a speed task. So you could spend. Do you have edge and speed?
No.
Just in might.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be 3 points from your speed pool, but it would make the shot easier.
Yep. I'd spin it.
Okay.
I gotta get Jolene
you
out of
need-
this.
A 12, and
Got
medium
this.
weapons do 4 damage, I believe.
Yeah. 15.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I do 5 damage because I get the extra, right?
That's right.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah,
The gun
guys-
goes off.
your ears are all of a sudden ringing as this revolver goes off in this cellar. It like the sound just ricochets off the stone walls, and it is like a lightning strike. And you watch as there's a huge splash of water and eel guts that go flying, and you can see some of this thing just kind of like writhe and like flounder around in the water. It does seem to let go of you, Jolene.
Mm-hmm.
So when your turn comes around, you can stand up. And then it would be the creatures and then Willie, right?
When I after the shoot, I'm like, if I were both of you, I'd get up here on these stairs.
And there are a few pieces of furniture in
Mhm.
there that you could stand on as well. Kind of like the floor is lava, but you know,
The floor is
deadly
eels.
monster from another dimension. So let's see. This thing, it slides through the water, almost imperceptibly, and you can see that you've angered it as this like almost in a Loch Ness type arc. This thing kind of raises its neck like a cobra up out of the water towards you, Colette, and like lunges at you.
Mm-hmm.
It can smell your wound, and it wants more.
It did not
of
bite
that.
me though. Remember that.
It did.
But I thought
It did.
I took that damage away from it because I did the.
You failed the defense roll, and then you had to make another roll to see if you got grappled by it, and you succeeded
gotcha.
on that.
Okay.
So you didn't get grappled like Jolene, but you did
Mhm.
get bitten.
Gotcha. Okay. And it was just reduced reducing my instead of taking 5 from my pool, I took 2 from my pool.
I think I misspoken for that one. You wouldn't have
Oh.
taken damage. You would have just been grappled and begin to get pulled underwater.
Okay.
Which arguably is probably worse.
Okay.
I mean, they're both. Neither one's great.
So altogether, I took 7 out of my pool.
Correct.
That's what you're saying? Okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
We can walk it back if it's if
No,
you're about
it's
to die or
fine.
something,
It's just
but-
the whole reason was that I didn't want so much out of my pool. Like that's why I went the other. But it's fine. We're fine. I'm at 4.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll try to be more clear. We're learning.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So it does attack you again.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be another speed defense roll, but you're trained in that, so you
Yep.
just need a 12.
Yep. I got.
You got this.
I do got it. I got a 19.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, that's you can
I whack
get a
it.
minor,
With
you get a minor effect.
yeah. A minor
yeah.
effect on the
Pistol whip it.
No, I got the hoe, so I just I like polearm it. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. We'll say you deal a couple points of damage to it as a minor effect.
This is the same one I shot?
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to keep track of them when they're underwater.
Yeah.
Then there's another disturbance in the water next to your feet, Willie.
Oh, no,
As this
really?
thing pops up and tries to grab you as well.
Okay.
It's not a ghost, Willie!
It ain't a ghost.
It's the color of a ghost, kinda.
It's not a ghost!
It's
So
like
I need
this
to-
like ghostly pale, like white with like this shimmering like oil slick almost.
So I need to try to avoid it. I think I'm gonna try to duck out of the way. Like,
Yeah, you can do a
roll-
speed defense task, which is
Okay, I'm not very fast.
If you're not trained in it, you'll need a 15. But if you spend 3 points out of it, unless you have an edge in, what do you have an edge in?
I think my edge is in intellect.
Okay, so you'd have to spend 3 points to avoid taking 5 points to your might pool.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a guarantee. It's still a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But those
So-
points add straight. So, like, if I roll, like, I need a 15. If I roll a 12 and spin 3, that would
If you-
stop it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Just making sure I understand. Oh, that's a 9.
Alright, Willie.
You could spend 5, but then that's just as bad as taking 5. Just
Yeah, I'll just take the 5.
probably just better to take the 5 out of your might. So this thing bites you, Willie, and it feels like getting jabbed by a bunch of broken bottle shards. It's like its teeth are jagged and uneven, and it tries to wrap itself around you and begin to pull you underwater. So make a might defense roll as well.
Okay.
You got this.
And thank
Or
you,
some-
Maris and Wyatt, for being good audience members. Yes.
Yay, team!
I
You
rolled.
guys got this.
I rolled a 12.
This thing wraps around your leg and pulls you to your knees as you like put your hands on the ground to try and keep yourself from being pulled into this water that all of a sudden seems like it's like deeper than before. It's like up to your elbows now.
Boy. Oh, okay.
Fuck this.
Willie is shooketh, but she's about to shaketh.
It's your turn.
Yeah. So I want to use an ability.
Sure.
I have an ability called Shake the Bones. I spend 1 intellect point, and my words are so powerful that they cause the bones of a creature to shudder and shake, inflicting 2 points of might damage and 2 points of intellect damage.
Oh shit. Okay.
Your target must be able to hear and understand you, or at least understand the gist of what you're saying. Action.
Interesting. So I guess my question
Can it
is-
understand me?
Yeah, it is a fish. So
That's true.
but if you want to
Just
make
meow at it.
an intellect check, I'll let you see if you can like kind of speak with the authority to where this thing, regardless of language, this thing understands your intention.
Come on, natural 20.
You need a 12.
Oh, a 16.
Yeah, we
Nice.
did.
Okay, so you spend 1 point from your intellect pool, and this thing, what do you say to it? What do you say to it?
So, the other people in the room probably recognize this is an angry mom talking. And she's like, get your goddamn scaly ass off of me, you dumb son of a bitch.
Oh,
It like
my.
recoils like and just like hisses as it like falls back into the water. And you can see that like where its eyes, these orange eyes are, there's like this like black blood kind of like seeping out of it. Um, let's see. I need to track that real quick.
You mom yelled at fish to stop biting. Congratulations.
It just saw, man.
Daryl's ghost is in the corner, like, is she talking to me this time?
Hey. Um, let's see. I think we're back at the top, but
Yep.
do we want to check in with our other party members? Or do we want to maybe just keep it rolling for now?
I'm fine. This is entertaining.
Okay. I'm just checking in.
Yes,
I gotta
I'm
check in
definitely
with-
entertained.
Okay, just checking in.
Yeah, the goal is not to defeat these things as much as I think the goal is to get the fuck out of here. So,
Fair enough. Okay. So
yeah.
we might not be here forever.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I can control pacing to a certain degree, but
I mean, does it seem like there's a lot of them? Is this an insurmountable task?
you don't get
In
that
our
feeling. But you're never tangoed with the, this kind of creature before.
Mm,
Um,
don't like that.
Colette? Or
It's
no,
me
I'm
as
sorry,
Jolene's
Jolene.
first. Yeah,
Yeah.
It is
Jolene's
Jolene.
first. Mm-hmm.
Then I have an ability that should help us with that if we are planning to get out of here. So I have the ability Induce Fear. So kind of going along with Willie, putting the fear of mom in them. Jolene's gonna double down on that and really make it clear that they're in for a bad time if they continue trying to eat us. And it says something about your presence, attack, or vocalization infuse your attacker with fear so that they falter and fall back. All of their actions against you, including defense, are hindered for 2 rounds.
Oh shit! Okay.
And she probably just gives a "Don't get" and tries to whack another one. Try and get herself.
Just imagine Jolene throwing a right hook and then like scaring the fuck out of either the fish or the multiple fish in this basement.
You got the
Just getting it right in the boot.
you got the mom yell and the mommy yell.
Yes.
Mommy yelling.
So that's your player intrusion. You can either spend an XP or I think you probably have some player intrusions.
You gave me XP though, so.
Oh yeah.
You just gave it to me. I'm gonna turn it around and use it right now.
So you can still do an action and move up to a short distance as well.
Yeah, I will try to move away from this. Or is anybody else still in the area with me that needs to get out?
Willie's still in the water, I think.
Willie's in the
still.
water.
I'm not leaving
Yeah.
Willie then.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna emphasize this induce fear with a whap. So she's going to try and smack. She will not exit until she knows everybody else is out, and that's a nat 20.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Hell yeah, let's go.
All right. So
Really
with a
put
nat
the fear in
20,
them.
you can do a major effect, or you can do 4 extra points of damage.
I'm gonna do 4 extra points of damage.
I believe
That
it's 4.
Yeah, I'll do 4 extra points, and then she has from Rough and Rowdy. She already inflicts 2 additional points of damage with unarmed attacks.
Very nice. Very nice. So that's a total of 8.
It would be 6 extra from.
Right. Well, so okay. So what are your unarmed attacks by default? Like 2? I think they're 2, right?
I actually couldn't find it in there. I
Oh.
should have asked that before I attacked.
That's okay. Unarmed. I should know this.
Is that our first nat 20 of the
Mm-hmm.
Totally is.
series? Nice. Good shit.
Good shit.
Okay, yeah, it's count. So iron, unless you have Iron Fist, it counts as a light weapon. Um, so it would be. Do you have? Is that what makes it more damage? What is it with your ability that?
This is the Rough and Rowdy Tier 1 Fists of Fury.
Gotcha. Fists of Fury. Cool. So you would do 8 total points of damage to it, which is all it has. And
Well, she's sending a message to the other fish then.
can feel like this. You hit it so hard that like you hear like a crack of something inside of it, and it does let go of your friend when you hit it. And then it is Colette's turn again, I believe.
It sure is. Okay, so Jolene's got Willie covered as far as like, but there's still like that one that came and tried to attack me, right? Like there's at least 2 we know of.
And you're like looking around, you can kind of see, you vaguely see like for a faint second, you can see the like orange glow of its eyes under the water. If you want to take a shot at it.
Yes, I will take a shot.
Okay. So you need a 15.
I got a 15.
Nice.
And
this is the one you shot before, right? This is the one you're aiming for. You're aiming for the one you shot
this is the
before,
one
right?
that I hit with the hoe, like that came at me. I don't know if it was the one I shot before that was wrapped around Jolene was around, or yeah, the one that I shot, the one that wrapped around Jolene. So that's the one I shot at originally. I flicked the one with the hoe that was on me, and then this one would. So I think I've engaged with at least 2 of these things. Yeah, I flicked one off of me, shot the one on Jolene, and then one attacked me. Don't know which one, and I did damage with it with the hoe in a defense move. So
yeah, it was the same one all 3.
Yeah.
All 3
okay. Yep. So I hit it 5 damage with my gun.
Yes.
I'm down 2 bullets in this 6-shooter.
It's like weird like whiskers and kind of like slick back, almost like a cat's hair when it's like angry. It's like you see all these like teeth exposed, and it.
Thanks, I hate it.
It
back Satan
begins to like move more quickly through the water. I think that's your full turn. These things you watch as they both like through the water next to each other towards the one corner of the room where there's this large piece of furniture with a tarp over it.
Okay.
And then like you see as both of their tails like flip up into the air and go they go under, and all of a sudden there's ripples and then stillness.
Run!
You guys all run out of there.
Run out of there.
Well, do we have answers on anything? Like, this left us a net nothing, just damaged.
I mean, you have a lot of great questions.
We got a really good look at what we just saw.
There are no stupid questions. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Well, so the chamber pot was broiling out water, right? It was like pumping out water, right?
It was more of a wash bin, but yeah.
Yeah, wash bin. So whatever she threw up is making water. I'm just trying to make sure we're not leaving here before we miss some answers.
Something fishy is going on.
Something.
And with that,
fishy.
I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Go ahead. We kind of get back up to the top of the stairs. I still have the hoe. I holster the gun and I just close the doors after y'all.
The hell was all that?
That was a devilfish.
A devilfish?
Did you not? That was a lot of. I don't know if it's actually like from Satan or hell or whatever. I'm just saying that them fish. Did you did you see those teeth?
I did. I got real up close and personal.
Willie lifts her pant leg up and has
Yeah.
got this like circular bleeding spot.
I lift up mine as well so we can like compare, and it's like, I got a first aid kit back in my car. We can patch these up, make sure that we don't get any kind of infection.
I just want to say something really quick.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm real proud of y'all. Y'all did great in there, even though it was scary.
Hey,
Thanks.
yeah, thank you. It's bravery is just running in the right direction when you're scared. So
I've fought a rabid bear before, so that was about on par with that.
I believe that. I
do
believe you
too,
that.
actually.
But
Was it a Satan bear though?
No. It just had the mad cow's disease.
Bears can get mad cow?
Oh yeah. If they eat them cows' brains, they get it. So there's just, and here's the thing about black bears, they're just they're scavengers, omnivorous, and if some cow dies out in pasture, and it's out there bloating, and the cow driver can't go get it, like that bear's like, ooh, look at that free meal, and then it gets them that disease all up in its brain, and it goes.
Do it,
yeah. People think that it's like some sort of supernatural occurrence, but no, it's Anyway, I just shot my gun twice, and it's loud. I'm assuming somebody heard it.
Yeah.
But y'all didn't see me shoot no gun. Y'all understand?
Ain't seen nothing. Never
What
talked to
gun?
the police.
Yeah, there's no, like, we heard someone crying for help in that cellar, and we went to investigate, and someone shot at us, right?
And then they spun up out of here.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Let me talk to the cops. I'm real good at talking
It's just
to
for us
cops.
to get our stories straight, because
Of
this is
course,
also a
of
cop's
course.
house. So,
Yeah.
It'd be a little bit difficult.
I'm sure the sheriff was just cleaning his gun and it might have popped off
yeah.
accidentally.
Well, this is not the
He had
sheriff.
bad
This is the deputy's house, not the
Oh,
sheriff.
deputy's house.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I hope the sheriff's gun wasn't going off at the deputy's
Yeah.
house. That'd raise further questions.
Over the table. Yeah, we haven't met the sheriff yet. We've
No.
only met the deputy. Something's gone.
Technically,
something's
we
up.
haven't even met the
haven't even met
deputy
the-
left.
yeah,
That's
we
true.
We just know
We've
that
just
he
been
exists.
fucking
just
around in
know.
his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, who are these people?
Y'all roll into town and just mess everything up for me.
Yeah.
Y'all walk into Baker's Gap showing your ass.
Our asses and our bloomers, man.
Muted.
Howdy.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard any of that, James.
not.
We were talking, we had a tangent about fighting bears with mad cow disease and how that was comparison. And then we're like, I just shot my gun twice, but y'all ain't seen no gun. We have a contingency plan. My gun's holstered back into my pantaloons. Like, so the sheriff's not gonna look up a nun's skirt, okay?
You have a fair point. Wow, this was your plan all along.
Like, yeah. Like,
The perfect
Colette.
crime.
yeah.
Colette does not believe
Crime.
in registering her
Oh,
weapons.
it's not.
Yeah, you guys scramble out of the cellar and into the muddy yard. And even though you're out of the cellar, you still feel very unsafe being surrounded by these large puddles in the yard. So you find your way back to the front yard where it's a little drier, and you can see what looks like a man in a sheriff's uniform running down the road towards your house. He didn't bother getting in his car because it's like a block away.
Yeah.
And he's a deputy. He's got his hat and he's holding it onto his head so it don't fly off while he's running. So it's not. It's a size too large. He hasn't got it fitted right.
And does he sees us too? I assume if we can see him, he can see us.
He hasn't. It doesn't look like he's seen you yet, as because you guys are kind of coming around the corner. Maybe whoever's in front, you kind of look around just in case you want an opportunity to do something. You look around the corner, you see him. He hasn't seen you yet, but if you come around the corner, he'll see you plain as day.
We can go the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Around the
Yeah.
other
Who's in
corner.
front?
Yeah.
I'll take the lead.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We can get up out of here.
I kind of like, actually, if you want to take the lead, I do kind of like hold on to you for a second, Jolene. Just kind of grab you. Maybe you shouldn't be the first person a cop sees coming around out of his yard.
You know what? You're right. I would be offended if anybody else but you would say that. When you're right,
and
you're
like
right.
it is with like sincere concern, right? Like
We are in the South, of course.
yeah, in the South, it's 1930, like,
And it's a cop.
and it's a cop. Like,
And it's a cop in the South.
yeah.
That's true.
So we laugh, but this is a very serious issue. Anyway,
Oh, it is.
anyway, when we laugh through systemic
Oh God.
oppression. Anyway, and I think I just kind of like nod to let Willie go first. You're probably the first one, the safest to go first.
So are we gonna try to like? Have we identified that he's even there? I guess we've.
He's
like,
coming,
maybe
and we're
Jolene's
gonna just
on.
kind of come around the other corner.
You guys can
Yeah.
avoid him,
Mhm.
but you see there's an old lady standing across the road on her porch. Like she probably heard the gunshots and like came outside.
Of course you did.
And because
She's the one that called the sheriff's office.
she's the busybody.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, you could hear the gunshot for a good half a mile around. I mean, it's very loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the middle of this town, this quiet little town, that's gonna stir up a little old lady. So she's standing out on her porch, and she doesn't. You're not sure if she's seen you, gotten a good look. You think she might have seen you, but just so you guys can see, let's see if you guys can like avoid staying out of sight, and have you guys roll some real simple rolls. Let's say you need a 6 or better to avoid this little old lady's gaze.
She doesn't have her spectacles on, so.
At
11.
This shit.
12.
Jolene,
Oh, is it? We
did you
all
get-
roll.
did you roll?
I can't hear you. Oh.
Still can't hear you.
Everybody's rolling for. I can see what you're saying, but everybody's rolling to avoid being seen.
Oh, I have to bring up then. I have something that makes that bad.
Oh no.
Yeah, I have. I believe it's Scrappy that does it. It's the what is it? Inability. Nope. Which one is it? I don't even remember.
You can be nimble, but you're not sneaky. Task
Yes, that's the one.
Mm.
are hindered.
Okay, so you need a 9 instead of a 6.
Yeah, I'm hindered. I'm hindered for it. I got an 8.
Hey! Oh.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah,
So
she ain't
so-
quiet.
yeah, you're pretty sure you like the rest of you are pretty sure that you don't get seen. And Jolene, like you're almost out of the clear, and then you like take one look back and you make direct eye contact with this little old lady, and she's just like, and then you take off down the road.
The exact wrong person to get caught.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
God damn it, Grandma.
And
Go ahead.
yeah, I think like the plan is to go to where the car is at, because I got a first aid kit up in there. Because Willie and I got bites,
Okay.
to just kind of take care of that.
Well, let's cut over to Maris and Wyatt, if that's okay with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
we'll make sure you guys get patched up.
Yeah.
You're not gonna bleed out or anything.
No.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's see. We left off. You guys had gotten. You guys were still in the car as they got dropped off. And
Yeah, we were getting dropped off at the reservoir.
yeah, they drive us further all the way through town on the far side of town, north end of town. We get to the reservoir where you get dropped off, and Melvin Blevins, he says, y'all be careful around here. There's lots of superstitions and such about this place, so just be respectful. The cemetery's right over yonder, so you wouldn't want to be caught doing anything suspicious like. I'll see you back at Marcy's for dinner, or I'll be back here to pick you up later for dinner. In time for dinner. That's what he says. That's what he says.
Melvin, did you start drinking?
He's about that
today?
graceful with his words.
Yeah. Like even in canon. All right, Melvin, you have a good one.
Y'all
as he drives off, I look at Maris and I'm just like, that boy's
He'll be okay.
He's a few bricks short of a load, I'll tell you what. But he's good and he's well meaning, I guess. Well, guess we need to start heading that way. I pull out my Winchester repeater, 1895 model, and I start loading 30-03 bullets in there. And I look at Maris, I'm like, just in case, and get it loaded and ready. And
I mean, Maris is just kind of watching you do that, and like, okay, all right. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Maris thinks guns are cheating, so
that's perfectly fine. That's perfect. Well, it's like, I just wanted to say, like, about earlier and kind of popping off at the mouth. I didn't mean anything by calling you a witch. Hell, I ain't got no problem with them. Dealt with more than enough going up and down these mountains, so I don't think anything necessarily bad about it. I view it as a title of pride.
And I think like Maris does give like a small smile and say, I'm not the one who gave witch a bad name. And people can call me whatever they want. But it doesn't matter because I know my own power.
And you're doing pretty good. You may not be as strong as them Walker gals, but
there's a lot of people not as strong as them.
That's true. There's a couple people a little bit stronger than them, though, and that's a problem.
Well, that's true.
So I guess we're gonna start walking and talking closer to the reservoir, if you're cool with that.
Yeah.
And Wyatt's gonna look over at you and go, when we first were on that when we were first on the train, I kept catching you looking me in the eye, like you saw something in me or something, and I kept getting this familiar feeling. So I gotta ask, do you know me from somewhere and I forgot, or do I know something about you, or
it's not you in particular, just I know you have a special power of your own that you can use. And well, I guess I'll say this. You're not my enemy right now, but my grandmother, she was killed by someone who had the same power as you. Or at least that's what it seemed like. A lot of animal bites that look like dogs. And, well, That's what I'm looking for. Her killer.
Oh, um, well, I I don't really feel like I'm pretty positive I wasn't involved with that. Blue, the only thing he's gonna bite on is stick or bone that I give him. He don't. I ain't trained him to bite people, no matter who they are. So, ain't that right, Blue? I I think I know who you're hunting for, though.
You know where they are?
Oh, if I knew that, I'd be hunting them with you.
That's
I
good to hear.
feel like there's a certain group of people that been taking power away from these here mountains and replacing it with their own. And I
Yeah,
feel like
there's
that's
something that
uncommon.
doesn't feel right here.
Feels. I mean, I'm not necessarily connected to the ebb and flow of magic or whatever, but you can kind of feel it. The green mountains are starting to get a little bit darker. I don't like it. Something's going on. So if I could help you in any way, and if you could help me in any way, I think it'd be a mutually beneficial friendship. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
You
think,
guys are.
like I
Oh,
said, you haven't made yourself my enemy yet. And
Oh,
Blue's
well,
not the hound I'm worried about.
oh, he's all right. Look at him. And I start like looking around, and I'm like, maybe we should look for like places that maybe it's fish or something's wrong with the land, maybe some lead poisoning, something like that. I think if we just like go next to this reservoir and see if we could find anything, I think that might be our best option.
Yeah.
so there's a foot trail that leads all the way around the reservoir, and it goes right by a fence that is around the graveyard there. That's right next to the reservoir. And across the street, there is the schoolhouse, and then at the end of the dirt road, or at the end of the Varner Street that runs through town, there is a couple of like storehouses or something that looks like there, maybe even like a bait and tackle shop or something. Um, but it was, if it was a store, it is long ago closed down. Um,
Hmm.
and you can see that the reservoir itself isn't that big. It's maybe like a 25-minute walk to get all the way around it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but as you're walking around it, Blue kind of runs ahead, and he's sniffing around in the weeds and stuff, and you can see he's definitely got the smell of something.
What you got, Blue? What you got? And I just kind of follow him. I'm like, I don't know where he's going, Maris, but he's caught something.
He's rooting around in like the weeds and the cattails and stuff in the shallow water on the north side of the lake there.
I kind of like go up to him and gently pull back his collar a little bit to get him off the scent and see if I see anything like in the area where he was bothering.
You
Do I
make
like see any?
you see a what looks like um caught up fishing line around one of the, like a stick floating in the
Hmm.
water. And you kind of follow the line with your eyes and see um, where it's hung up in a tree.
Damn kids.
And you see the line, the end of the line that's in the water's kind of got a bobber on it and a little lure that looks handmade.
How like this place has been abandoned. How recent does this like setup look like?
The paint on the lure and the bobber's still fresh. Like not fresh as in like wet, but like it's not faded at all.
Not abandoned,
Yeah.
basically.
Like this was cut off somebody's line within the last few months.
Is there any other like evidence, like footprints or tracks or like anything like that?
Make an intellect roll, both of y'all.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get both of y'all doing it.
Would hunting help with this?
Sure.
All right. So that'll be a trained check.
So let's say you need a 9 if you're trained. Otherwise,
Okay.
you need a 12.
7. Go back into the fuck off bag.
Lily, what'd you get?
Hold on, let me get my dice out.
No worries.
A 12.
Nice. Okay. So you look up in the tree where this line was caught, and you notice something weird. At first, you don't really think of anything. It looks like a bird's nest or maybe like a spider's nest or something, some kind of like, silk cocoon or something up in the tree. And then as you get a better look, you notice there's a bunch of them hanging up in the tree. And you get over there and you get closer look and you see there are like these little wooden carved like charms. They look like maybe like lures, a little bit look like fishing lures. And some of them look like they have like feathers tied to them. This looks like something that Maris might have even seen before. Some kind of magic.
Yeah.
White's busy trying to figure out how to fucking get this lying down, or See, I guarantee it's those damn kids that harassed me when I came in. I swear to God, all these towns filled with wild, shitless hounds of children.
Yeah, is there like a presence of magic here?
Yeah, you definitely feel like almost like a coldness when you're looking at this. Like you feel like a shiver up your spine. You don't need any kind of spell or anything to tell you that this is some bad news.
Okay.
Your instincts alone tell you that.
Sure. I feel like everything we run into is more than likely bad.
What does the water look like? Does it look like a regular ass like blue reservoir water, or is there like
it's kind of got that green, lake water tint to it. It's not a spring, so it's not flowing anywhere. Yeah. You would, yeah. You do get this like, it's not like the smell that the others ran into, but you do have, you do get the smell of like kind of like not sewage, but like stagnant water and fish as you're wading into the reeds and such, looking, trying to untie this thing. And
is there fish? Like, is there actual fish like in this water?
you see a few darting away from Wyatt as he gets into the shallow, or maybe Blue's chasing his shadow in the water and scares a few fish up.
Damn it, Wyatt! Damn it, Blue! Leave it alone.
Damn it,
Maris wants to try to catch one of these fish.
Sure. Do you have a line or anything? I mean, you gonna try and use this one that's here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Why not?
Maris is going noodling.
So we'll say it's a speed, or well, no, it wouldn't even. We'll just say I'm just gonna roll a die.
Okay.
Fishing be like that sometimes.
Fishing.
Actually, I don't have any die. Somebody roll me a d10.
Okay, gotcha. 8.
Okay, so it
Uh-oh.
takes you about an hour and 20 minutes before you catch fish.
Okay.
It's not a good day for them.
Right.
But you do manage to land one if you wait long enough.
Maris didn't check to see if the cows were standing up that day. I'm glad somebody got it.
Okay. All right.
Put my grandpa on that one. Did you get something there? God, we've been sitting here a while. Ugh.
Yeah. Something. So she's gonna pull this fish out. Lily, the person in real life, knows nothing about fishing because she gets awful motion sickness on boats. So, um, I
That's
do
fine.
not.
You don't need to know. You don't need to know any special things about fishing.
I mean, I know like words I can say like bait and tackle and hook.
As somebody who fishes,
How do
you
you know
don't
so much
need
about
to know
fishing?
much. Like, there's a pole, there's a string, and there's something at the end of it. And if you feel something, you pull. Like, that's fishing.
Fishing for me is also known as sitting and drinking next to water.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to be in a boat.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to be in a boat.
Yeah, so like Maris, I guess is gonna pull it up, and she's gonna take a sniff of it. Does this smell like regular fish or like that weird bad smell that we had from the other fish?
It gives you the same indication. Like I believe you used magic to tell the other one. No, or not, maybe not. But
I don't
you
think so. I think it was just like it smelled bad, like it was already rotten.
I believe it looked and smelled pristine, but you had to use a spell to like tell that it was bad. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I could be mistaken. It's been a couple weeks.
No, I mean, I didn't take notes, so
But
I
on
will
the
go by what you
outside,
say.
this thing looks fine. But if
Mhm.
as you kind of like peer into it, with your connection to the green, to kind of like see if you can connect to like the energy that flows from this animal into the world and back, you see that this thing, it's almost like a leech. Like there's no synergy with its environment. It's a darkness in this
Okay.
thing. The poor thing.
Oh, that's a shame.
um it gives you that
Yeah.
fishy look.
She's no, she's just gonna kind of toss it on the ground, like that the actual ground,
Yeah.
not back in the water. Um, what whatever is here, it's corrupted everything.
I look at it. I have an inability with magic. Do I even notice anything?
It looks like a perfectly good fish on the ground.
I mean, it just smells like a regular fish.
It's definitely not.
Oh, is it like that fish that was back at the Walker's place?
Yeah. And I don't know if it's the fish or if it's the water, but something has disconnected. Like this is not natural what's here.
All of a sudden, y'all hear Blue just barking and howling at the storm. Just and
Blue, shut up, damn it.
He's not near you guys anymore. He's a little ways off, further down
Mhm.
the path towards the northwest side of the lake now.
Blue, get your ass back here, boy.
That might
Is
be
he
a good
even
time
listening?
No, he's ignoring it. It might be a good time to do our break as you guys kind of maybe go. I don't know if you want to investigate or not, but we'll
I think
decide.
yeah,
We
like
will afterwards, but-
Maris would take off after Blue and say, "Come on, Wyatt."
God dang it, that dog gets me in more trouble than anyone else. I'd grab my rifle just because it's probably going to be bad. and
Yeah.
start following after Blue.
All right. Cool. As that happens, we're gonna just take about a 10-15 minute break here. Stretch, get your bios in, and drink some water. Not from this reservoir, but drink some water, and all that good stuff. And we'll be right back. So, see you in a few minutes. Live.
Hello.
Hello. I keep saying we're back live out of like a habit,
Habit.
but we're not live. We're pre-recorded. And
We're-
honestly,
we're-
I kind of
we're
like
recorded
it.
live.
Yeah, we recorded live. And y'all getting the raw, uncut version of this, just like it was live. But anyway, we're back. We're here. We're queer. We're playing some.
Bigger, better, raw, uncut.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You guys see?
That's not my preference.
All right, that threw me off.
And we're back.
And we're
I
back.
didn't realize. It took me a second. I'm usually right on top of these things, but I just
Are
was
you
not
now?
on top of the uncut.
And we're back. You guys see Blue off in the distance, barking at something.
It like how far has Blue gotten? Has he like done like
He's-
like
no, like
the
like you could a stone throw, like you could catch up pretty fast.
I'm booking it. I'm like, Blue, what are you chasing? This better not be another damn squirrel. We're on business, sir.
Business.
Yeah, Maris is following along too.
I give him like that command whistle of stop. I can't whistle, but Wyatt can. Like,
You can see as you catch up, there. You can't see what he's barking at. It looks like he's just barking at thin air as he's standing there. There's kind of a little peninsula that kind of sticks out into the water, and he's facing towards that and barking.
Ooh, what's that?
What is that, man?
It's you.
Is that me? It's not me.
Yeah, that was something happened.
oh,
I'm
fuck,
not
it found
looking at
us.
the camera. I'm doing mod stuff or just production stuff, and I heard that noise. I was like, oh, that shit. Anyway,
It's the Hanks.
Right.
They're coming. They're here.
So he like is
Got
Blue
his
just
hackles.
barking?
Oh.
I think it might be me. Hold on 1 second.
it's definitely you. Yeah.
It's going off. Or seeing it on Google.
Okay.
I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah. All right. Am I heard now?
Yep,
Yeah.
All right.
we
all right,
hear
cool.
you and no Hank.
Sorry about that. That was weird. I heard it on my end too. Anyways, so Blue's just like barking at something I can't see.
Yes, correct. Yeah,
I'm like,
he's facing the water.
Blue, get over here.
He kind of like ducks his head down low and turns his head, turns slowly, reluctantly walks back over towards you.
I get down on like one knee and I'm like, what are you barking at? And I'm like making sure like he doesn't have any cuts or anything like that because he's a bloodhound, so he runs just head first into whatever he's chasing. Does he have any like scratches or ticks or anything like that?
No, you don't see anything physically wrong with him. He just looks all like he's all flustered, and he leads you back over to where he was standing, and there's what looks like a deflated leather ball that like kids would play with.
Fuck it. I'm playing a horror game. I grab it.
It bites you. It's a minute.
Yes.
No, it's you pick up this deflated ball. It's half covered in mud. It's faded and cracked. It's made of leather. It looks kind of like what we would imagine like an old soccer ball would look like.
Like kickball.
But yeah, it's more of a kickball. It's not. It's too big to be a soccer ball, really.
I'd show it to Maris. Maybe there were kids around or something.
Like, how old does it look? Does this look like it is something that has been
It is
here.
faded and cracked and like disintegrating. So a couple, at least, you know, a decade old, maybe. Maybe,
I mean, couldn't have been anytime soon.
Yeah.
Recently.
maybe not that old, but it's it's hard to say. The way the winters are here and it freezing and thawing.
Yeah, does it look like it looks water damage to hell, right?
Yeah.
So is there anything look, I'm not really good with that whole magic thing. Is there anything special about this? Because this is what got Blue's hackles up.
Um, I mean, I could try and see. Um,
Here, I hand it to her.
yeah, I guess I just want to see, like, I'm gonna try to sense if there is anything about this that like whatever sort of residue or whatnot is left over, if there is anything that it can tell me.
Yeah. Do you have? Are you trained in like sensing magic or anything like that?
Mhm. I am. No.
That's okay. Go ahead and roll, and we'll just feel it out.
We'll see what happens. That sounds good. A 9.
You're pretty sure this is just a normal ball,
Mm-hmm.
but you like the longer you stand in the presence of this reservoir, the more oppressive of a like kind of like paranoid,
Okay.
like looming feeling you get. It's this oppressive feeling around this place. It's not so much this ball; it's just this place.
Mm-hmm.
Ball's haunted, right?
No, no. It's a ball.
You're Wyatt. You're 100% sure that this
Oh
ball is
yeah.
haunted.
Oh, I'm like, here, give it to me. I'm gonna throw it back in the water so it
It's
doesn't stain her
it's
souls.
it's a ball. It's just a
I grab it and I
some
fling it in the reservoir.
children left it, like, while he's doing this, Maris is like, some kids just like left it behind. It's a ball.
There might be, might be like children haints. They might be like small little ones that come to
I
steal us and take our eyes.
I don't think the problem is not with that object. It is with this swamp here. There's just something here that is just pressing down on me, and it does not feel good.
Wyatt readies his like Winchester just in case something pops off.
I mean, I don't know how useful that gun will be, Wyatt, but I guess if it makes you feel better to have it, then I'm not going to stop you.
It's my comfort rifle.
That's perfectly fine.
Wyatt just starts scanning like over the reservoir, like on the banks, like looking for any type of like rustling or anything. Say that again. I think you might be
Sorry.
muted. No, you're good.
Do you join him?
Yeah.
Make it a team effort.
Hmm.
I ask because you're a little more inclined to to detect the supernatural.
Sure.
I think I have something in the way of my mic. That should help. And as you're searching, kind of get frustrated. Not frustrated, but you kind of get discouraged. And after not finding anything for a while, I mean, especially after finding those charms in the tree, like, you know, that's nothing quite so directly or, you know, magical or anything quite as obvious as that. But you're looking around and you take a small break, take a little breather, and you stand on the edge of the water. And Maris, you're looking out onto the lake, and it's about midday. You can see that there is, even though it's overcast, um, there's a darker set of storm clouds on the horizon, and they're nearly to the town. Um, and you notice that your reflection, you could have swore, like, as you're looking at the storm, and you look down at your reflection, you could swore your eyes and your reflection were like looking in a different direction.
Fuck that.
It's not creepy at all.
No.
What? Ooh, what direction?
Yeah. I feel like she's gonna look in the direction that this reflection was looking in.
Yeah, same. Like, I'm like, what? And I try to like look for my reflection in the water.
It looks normal now that you're looking directly at it. It just at the
Mhm.
corner of your eyes, you could have swore that you saw something funny with it, and then when you look over, it's normal.
Oh hell, Mary, she's just letting the spookiness get to you.
Probably, but I think we should leave. I think we should go. And she's look up at the storm clouds. That doesn't look good for us to be out here if that breaks.
I look up, are like any other like are the clouds moving with that storm cloud? Like I'll even like do like the whole like lick your finger and wind test. Does it look like this is a natural cloud movement?
It does. It does. I mean, it's it's moving a little quickly, but the wind is blowing, and it's making its way over the mountains into the valley.
I mean, it looks like just like a regular shower that came over the mountain. You're acting weird, Maris. What's going on? Like,
This whole business is weird. Not me. It's this. And I think I saw something.
where?
In the water in my reflection. I don't like it. I don't like this business at all. We should go find the others.
All right. That I mean, I don't know what you're fretting about, but I figure you're the expert on this more than I am.
There's something wrong here.
Wyatt grabs like a big like river stone and just throws it in the water to see like if anything reacts. Like tries to make a big splash and then see if like something comes up. I like a big red button to press. Yeah, like
and then nothing comes up out of the water.
you
But,
probably just saw
on the
just
edge
saw a
of your
big
vision,
fish.
You see, coming into town, the edge of town is a sheriff's car or sheriff's truck, and it's driving pretty fast into town
Towards us or away from us?
towards not towards y'all, but towards the center of town. You can
Okay.
see it because you're also kind of on the edge, the north end of town, and they're coming in from the west.
You got like the full like lights and siren blaring and
No,
everything
but
like that.
they're speeding in the rain,
Mm.
which seems unusual.
Oh shit! What the hell did Colette,
We-
Willie, and Jolene get into?
They went to the deputy's house, didn't they? So
Hell,
that doesn't look good either.
Nope, sure as hell doesn't. I feel like we're feel like something's here though. Like I mean, you're feeling icky. Something's here.
Yeah,
Well,
but I think the people in the town are involved in this too.
what do you mean? Like this is a whole town come together to
Not
poison
maybe not the
itself?
whole town, but somebody knows something.
Hmm. Well, Wyatt's gonna go into his bag and grab like some sackcloth that he has, and he's gonna tie it around like one of the trees so he knows where they saw this weirdness at. Make a little landmark. Well, I guess if there ain't nothing else here, we might as well go to town and see what's up. Might have to bail out Willie or Colette or
I hope not. I really hope not.
well,
Definitely not Colette.
that's true. Like I feel like
Who knows what havoc she's wreaked.
I wouldn't be surprised if she was out there like talking about the 12 stations of the cross or something, and somebody thought she was doing some magic or something. That girl, whoo, she sticks out like a sore thumb.
I'm very impressed. You know what the Stations of the Cross are. That is a Catholic thing.
Wyatt was given that.
Maris
It was a
definitely looking blankly at Wyatt when he's stationed to the cross, like, what?
it was a picture book.
I'm sure some Jesuit was just like, oh man, got too big for his britches and went up in Appalachia and tried to like get up on there in Baptist country, and it didn't quite work.
I mean, I didn't say where I got the picture book
Fair.
from. I just said I had it.
It wasn't from
Yeah.
Dolly Parton. I don't know if Dolly was born yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. She's a little bit younger than that.
Yeah, this is the year my grandmother was born though, so that's fun.
I mean, fuck it. If nothing else is happening, I'm down to go back to town to see what shenanigans are happening.
It might be better if we're all together anyway.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, the sheriff's really tearing into town.
Oh shit, Jolene.
The newcomers always get blamed for any trouble.
Oh hell. It's a bunch of dumbass rednecks probably doing some dumbass redneck shit. All right, let's go. We gotta go back before they do something incredibly stupid. And I start like up to it to
Yeah.
town.
It only takes you maybe 10 minutes or less to get to Main Street, where you can see the sheriff has parked his vehicle in front of the sheriff's office. And there's also several other like civilian cars parked outside the sheriff's office. The deputy's vehicle is also there. Do you guys walk over, or you kind of just look at it from afar?
Are Colette, Willie, and Jolene anywhere in view?
Where would have? That's a great question. Jolene and Willie, where would y'all have fled to? Jolene, you were leading the group.
I was, and then I got pulled back.
I think Willie took the lead after that.
Willie has the lead because
Okay.
I think we were saying we were gonna go to Colette's Model T
to patch up. Yeah.
to patch up.
Where's it parked in the front of the generals? Oh, it's at the repair stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys sneak around a house and dash across the road, across Main Street, and get to the triple store, the general store / post office / auto repair, and you guys rush inside, still probably leaking from these fish injuries, and the mechanic there, she hears y'all come in, and she's up underneath a truck, like rolled up underneath on her back, like fixing something. So she can't see you guys, but she hears y'all come in. She's like, "Who's that?"
Oh, it's just me, the cute little nun with the Model T.
Okay. Well, just let me know if y'all need anything. It should be ready. The keys are inside the glove compartment.
Oh, wonderful. How much do I owe you?
You could just call it $10 even. Well, actually 12 for the parts. So if you just want to leave it on the counter, I'll come in there and put it up in a minute.
Yeah, she writes the check and puts it on and puts it down. She does have cash on her, but you accept checks, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. This is billed to my congregation, so like kind of thing. Is like instead of like she has essentially like a stamp that she signs it with, you know, from the official seal or whatever, and leaves it there. And I go and my car works.
Yeah, the car works.
Okay.
And all your belongings are there. She probably even like cleaned it up a little bit if
That's
it was
so nice
dirty.
of her. I pull it out of the garage. I kind of like park it somewhat down the street, and then go around, open up the back, pull out the first aid kit from my pack as well. And I had this in like my satchel that I bring with me, but I pull out what's essentially like almost like a journal, and a graphite pencil, and I just like hand the kit to Jolene because you're the one that's not bit. Like, do you know how to operate this?
I imagine I put my foot down on the pushy dealies, and I turn the round knobber there.
Oh, I'm not talking about the car. I'm talking about the first aid.
Oh.
You're not driving my car.
Well, I figure I can manage it more or less the same too. You just operate. Yes, I know how to work a first aid kit.
Okay, wonderful. And I kind of like just pass out some supplies. It's like, do you give some to Willie? Like, and then I was like, if you could just give me a second before you help patch me up, I'm just gonna, and I like open up and I start like sketching the, like clean up like the blood and stuff, like the bleeding, but sketches the imprint, the bite imprint on my leg. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, try to copy that as well as possible. And
so,
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And then I'm doing this as fast as I can because I want to make sure my memory is still fresh, and sketching out what I remember these creatures looking like.
And they look like these almost like eels with these catfish like heads.
Mm-hmm.
That have like a scattering of like uneven like eyeballs, almost like somebody took a bunch of eyeballs and just like threw it at its head, and whatever stuck was like what it got. And they're like these orange little orbs, kind of.
Yeah, and make notes that, and they were pearlescent, like ghost-like, orange orbs. Too many eyes, more than 10, less than 20, sort of thing. And then I look at Jolene. It's like, actually, could you wrap me up while I finish this up? I just want to make sure that I'm, that cream there is to help with any bacterias that get into the wound. It kills them. Willie, you got yourself some bacterium cream?
Oh yeah, honey.
Okay,
I'll
good.
be fine. It bled real good. I think it probably got out.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, it bleed out real good.
You gotta put this on there. You don't want to get. Did you get a tetanus shot?
What?
Oh my goodness.
They have some.
A tetanus? Tetanus? Huh?
Good thing.
What'd you say?
Oh my.
She's kind of a little bit further away, sitting on like a stump or something, doing it like tet nuts. I don't know what that is.
I think she
A
said
Texas?
you
A
can't
Texas
just sweat
shot?
it out, Willie. You can't just. Am I being heard? Hello.
I'll be in.
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
There we go.
I-
I wasn't seeing it light up, so I was just making sure.
Oh,
I think you gotta sweat it out.
oh, sweat it out. I've been cut with glass bottles before. One time, a woman broke one over Wyatt's head and then turned it on me. She stabbed me real good. I still got the scar right here, and it's still bleeding. She like pulls her shirt up to show this like circular like stab spot.
That's real nice and stuff. I'm just saying that things that have mouths that bite you, their spit has stuff inside of them that could get infected, and you should just put this here cream on it to help to prevent infection.
Oh, infection. Why didn't you just say that? Yeah. Make sure that's put on too.
Infection.
See, I got this like scar right here from a knife wound, and yeah, infections are bad. You don't want to get them.
Yeah,
They're
you
gonna
will.
put you out for a long time. You may even die.
Yeah,
Okay.
my order has access to some of the we're right there next to Tulane University, so we get access to a lot of the stuff.
Y'all got 2 lanes over there?
Sometimes,
Nice.
yeah. There's even a place where they're working on a 4-lane actually.
4 lanes?
I
Big
know.
highfalutin.
New Orleans to Baton Rouge, yeah. They got a lot of cars traveling.
Wow.
Whoever, if you need to heal,
Yeah.
you can make an intellect check to heal yourself or someone else once a day. Somebody can be healed with bandaging, herbs, and other first aid, and it's an intellect with action, which only means that, like, if you wanted to expend effort, then you would have to use points from your intellect pool. And the difficulty is equal to however many points you want to heal. So if you wanted to heal 3 points, it'd be difficulty level 3, and so you need to roll a 9.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
If I'm patching up Colette, am I the one rolling, or is she rolling for herself?
You can roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might
She's
have
okay with it?
a better intellect than me.
Got this.
So your
How's
intellect
that?
won't actually change the number unless you
Okay.
spend effort, right?
Gotcha.
If you're healing
no,
my
it's a
might
10.
pool, I have 4 out of 11 in my might pool, so that's probably where you want to go. Whereas, like, my speed is 8 out of 14, so I got a little spare. So you will probably want to heal my might.
All right, I'll work on healing the might, and that's just gonna be another 20, d20.
Yeah. Yeah. How many points are you trying to heal for?
How far down did you say?
4 out of 11.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I'll go for 2 right now and see where we're at.
Yeah, because I can also work on myself and also do a heal.
So it's once a day. So
Oh.
Oh,
you gotta
well,
choose now.
Okay.
There have to be repercussions for your actions.
Yeah. So when you mean once
Lame.
a day, I guess.
You can heal in a different fashion, but via first aid, you can only be treated once a day with first aid.
Okay. And it's once a day. I guess, so this is my question. You could heal somebody once a day, or you could be healed once a day. That is my question.
No, you can be healed once a day. You
Be
can heal as
healed
many
once
people
a
as
day.
you want.
Okay.
Right.
So it's not. It doesn't cost the action. It costs the result. Gotcha.
And then there's also recovery rolls. You guys can make recovery rolls as well, which is another mechanic that all characters have innate ability to recover some.
Yeah. If Jolene wants to do the heal, then maybe I could try out a recovery roll and test that mechanic out.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to heal for 2 still?
No, I want to go for the 4.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use pressing my luck for this one too.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
And
So-
the reason the narrative reason she's going to be pressing her luck is because she is going to be very much flirting with Colette the entire time because it's on her leg. So it's
Oblivious.
This
is
pressing,
just.
She is pressing her luck because it is very much the positioning of where she is while she is bandaging up this sister. She is trying not to get caught with wandering eyes while patching her up. So,
As far as she's concerned, this is just gals being pals.
Oh, baby Jesus, don't see nothing down here.
Listen, Colette said that there's only one man for her in her life.
Exactly.
Oh.
And he just says, well, you look tougher than you let on. First with them guns, then having something taking a bite out you.
That's my secret.
Stuff often take bites out you. Just keep smiling.
I mean, we already had the conversation. The bear didn't bite me. I had a deer bite me once.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I show like my hand, and there's like a little scar on her hand right there from the deer bite. It wasn't rabbit or anything, but it wasn't a deer. It was a deer, but it was not a deer. Does that make sense?
I'm gonna assume that it was something pretending to be a deer.
Yeah, it was a deer, but it was not a deer. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you ain't really need to elaborate further. I've heard stories of things that don't hold the right shape and pretend to be the way they are. All I was fixing to get at was just to imply that, usually they go after the most sweet things when they want to bite it.
I guess that's why you. I guess
You're all patched up. You don't have to roll. You don't have to roll for this because of your ability. But so you spend either an XP or a GM intrusion.
I will spend my intrusion now.
Right. And you heal Colette for 4 points of damage. And then you see that as you were talking, you didn't notice that Perk, the mechanic, she's kind of finished up what she was doing and has kind of just been like watching y'all. Like she sees where you kind of like left a little trail of blood through her store and is like, she hasn't said anything, but she's obviously like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
And
Got in some fight with some fish. It's fine.
a fish?
Oh, hi! You're actually standing there.
Yeah. I work here.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, I'm all done down here, Colette.
Oh, thank you so much. Right as rain.
Are y'all out? I missed it if you guys had went out front or something.
We did. I drove the car outside and I went down the block, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll say, I apologize then. We'll say it's just a random onlooker, not the mechanic.
Yeah, a random onlooker. Just wave.
It's the same old lady. No, it's not the old
It's the
lady.
same old lady.
Been following
Why?
us. Oh no.
But yeah, you do see somebody who's like, when they notice that you see that they're watching, they kind of like turn and like continue about their business. But you can also
keeping an eye on us.
we can do some more healing if you want, but we can do recovery rolls as well, which is they don't require a roll to perform, but you can roll a d6 and add your tier. So you guys are all tier 1, so it'd be a d6 plus 1, and the first one takes 1 action to perform, so you can do it in combat. But then after you've done your first one, it takes 10 minutes to do the second one.
Gotcha. And then it takes an hour to do the third one, and then 10 hours to do the
last one.
The last one, from it seems. Okay. And, but also, Willie's got to heal herself first, and I'll roll my d6 to recover myself.
So should I do a recovery or just a first aid?
You could do a recovery roll first, and then if you're not fully healed, you could try to first aid, or you could do the opposite. It's your choice.
I rolled a 4, so I think I was only out 5, so I'll take that. Because I get
Okay.
to add my tier to it.
Yeah.
Willie's over there, like, rubbing ointment on it and putting a little bandage around it, going, tetanus. I ain't got no tetanus.
I do have a question, Jamie. Can from your recovery rolls, does it all have to go to 1, or can you split it?
You can divide it up at however much you'd
I like that. If that's the case, I will put, because I got 4, I rolled a 3 and +1 with my tier, so I'm putting 2 up in might to bring that to 10, and on the same thing with speed, so I have 10 in each one instead of 8.
With the first aid is different, where it all has to go into the same.
Yeah,
pool.
but with this one you
It's a
can
little
split
more
it. I like it.
punishing.
I like it.
But it is a new mechanic that I think they added for this, because I don't remember ever seeing that in Cypher before, like the first aid rules. Maybe I just don't remember it, but so, Jolene, you didn't get hit, did you? You just got pulled underwater.
I just got
almost.
grappled, yeah.
Jolene did the hit.
She did, yes, she did. That was 8 damage, I think. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Especially for a punch, too. Like, damn. That's like,
Good
most
shit.
guns don't do that much damage.
Yeah.
But these guns do.
So, y'all drive down the road, and lo and behold, who comes walking up? Your friends Wyatt and Maris.
Can't hear
Wave
you.
at 'em.
Yeah, can't hear you, Marla.
Sorry. Why? I was just telling him about that time that woman broke that bottle over your head and then stabbed me with it.
Oh yeah, here, and I'll like part my hair, and like you can see like a humongous gash that
Shit.
Now we're blood brothers.
What have y'all gotten into?
Oh, too much. We was hell when Daryl was alive. Oh, we'd be going around doing something.
I meant today, right now.
Oh, I thought you was talking about me and Wyatt. I'm so sorry. I love to talk about that stuff.
Are you alright? Are you feeling okay there, Willie?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm real good.
You just seem, okay. You're okay. Anyway, we got into a tussle with, and I just, hand over my notebook to Maris, with my sketch of the bot, and the eel, catfish eel eyed thingy. I don't know how good it is, but hopefully, do I need to roll to see how well I draw?
How?
Why's it got 6 fingers?
That's its whiskers.
I think that
Yeah.
it's for how long you saw it, which was maybe like a minute and a half.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty good sketch.
Yeah.
And now that you're kind of looking at it together, why don't y'all both roll me like an intellect roll? If you have anything training in like lore or anything like that, that would help, or like even like nature or something could help. Not sure exactly what you have.
Them two or anybody?
I was thinking you and Colette.
Okay.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna look at Willie and go like, all right, Sheriff was hauling, was driving like his head was on fire and his ass was catching.
I don't
Yeah.
have anything.
Miss Colette's got a gun. She shot at him.
Yes,
were
I
the most-
have a singular gun, and I shot at him.
Oh, if you think I'm gonna be checking for registration, I don't give two shakes of a dead lamb's, tail. All right. You ain't gotta worry about me caring about whether or not you've registered your weapon. But
It's the 1930s. There's no such thing.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I never seen a wash basin, because she said she threw up in that wash basin, didn't she? And that thing was overflowing water. I never seen that. Like, there was no source for that, but maybe her vomit. And then there's 2 weird fish couple weird fish things in there.
Mhm.
That's weird.
Weird fish.
Hmm.
What the hell is she
Yeah, they-
talking about, Jolene?
I got a
There was
19. Yeah.
Ah, dang.
There was some fish monsters down in
I
the
got
basement.
a 10, but I am trained in wilderness navigation and identifying plants and creatures.
Nice.
Okay, cool. I would say that both of you are familiar with stories of these things. There are a lot of different names for them, but what we're going to call them is water horses.
Okay.
They're some people like to relate them to like old Irish stories of like kelpies and stuff,
Like-
but they're
Oh, I
really
was thinking pukas, but okay.
yeah, maybe. But they've got the stories surrounding them of people getting taken down underwater, and even like people saying that they can appear in even just like a puddle, or like if there's a leak under your sink or something. Is if there's any kind of like standing water that they can kind of travel from them. That's kind of their, if they have some kind of supernatural ability, that's probably what it would be.
Hmm.
What
but-
was Jolene gonna say though? I was curious.
Oh, I said we had run into something down in the basement. It tried to attack us.
Whoa. In what basement? Did y'all go into the sheriff's house, the deputy's house, without him knowing?
Well, technically we
Allegedly.
went into his cellar. We didn't actually go in his house.
You
But yes, I
worry.
stand by allegedly.
Broke-
We didn't get
you
caught.
broke and entered a lawman's house.
Well, I ain't gonna tell the lawman that.
Listen, I wasn't worried about it. If he came, I'd just come up with a real good explanation on the fly. That's what I do, isn't it?
I didn't break into anybody's house. I don't know what you're talking about.
Willie, I know we don't give a shit, but not everyone agrees with us about judging people by their character. If you know where I'm getting.
Sure.
Maris
She
is,
does not get it. She gets so
Maris
got an
is going to say
intellect.
some of us don't have the same leeway when it comes to the law.
Especially this far south. But the way I see it is what deputy don't know will hurt them. And I'm fairly certain nobody saw us going out of that place.
I'm
Why?
guessing we
She's gonna look
shouldn't.
very guilty as she looks away from everyone.
I'm guessing we
Jolene?
shouldn't mention Colette has a gun either.
I sure
What
wouldn't.
gun?
What gun?
Okay,
I sure wouldn't.
that's
no.
fair. I don't know. I thought I heard that word, but maybe I didn't.
Yeah, I said I had a lot of fun.
Oh, okay. With
I
the
love-
cat whisker dude.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun
Well, it was
today.
a
Yeah.
fish,
Okay.
but yeah,
Oh.
cat whisker person,
Fish.
fish, mostly
Creature.
fish. Creature.
I'm not so
Are we
sure it was really a fish.
There's been a
Are
lot
we
of fish themes going on though. It's not really that strange.
Are we still in town?
Yeah, but we're kind of like around my car, so it's fine.
Yeah, I imagine you guys just on a street corner,
Yeah.
like having this conversation.
This shit is weird, y'all. This whole town.
I
No,
mean,
just kidding.
but the ruckus with the sheriff and everything, right? So probably nobody's paying attention to us.
Yeah. it's
Yeah,
all-
definitely no one paying attention to us.
Hopefully.
Willie, you notice a man in the middle of the street down the street who's standing in the middle of the street and kind of watching you guys.
That. What? Why isn't? Who is it? He looking at us?
Look over in the direction she points me.
There's
Do I
no
see this
there.
person? What?
Who is that?
You recognize
Was this one of your ghosts?
your ghostly ex-husband or late husband. He's got
Oh.
his coveralls on and he's facing y'all, but he kind of turns when you notice him and walks towards the center of town, towards kind of where the store and everything was. He's he's got his work clothes on, and he kind of leaves a trail of soot where his feet touch the road.
It's Daryl.
What?
It's Daryl.
Pull out my holy water. Where?
What is he doing?
Does he always leave soot behind, or is that not it's a little bit
Sometimes.
strange? Oh, okay.
He usually only shows up when you really don't want him to, or when he needs something or has something that you need to know.
Typical man. No, I'm just kidding.
Something that he wants you to know. Because he doesn't. Yeah, he's not very considerate for a dead man.
Where'd he go?
You're not picking up, but
Oh, come on. Let's go. I'll lead y'all.
Oh.
She starts walking. She doesn't even wait to get confirmation. She just
walks over to. You see his visage kind of walks towards all the parked cars are, and he's kind of just standing there staring at the sheriff's building, which is in the old post office, where the post office used to be. You'd see like where the sign used to be, still faded.
She goes and stands like directly next to him and looks in the direction he's looking.
You see a bunch of women in the waiting room. You can see the door has windows on it. You can see a bunch of ladies in the lobby of the sheriff's office, and it's a little crowded in there. And they have their husbands with them. They don't take any notice of you. They're preoccupied.
Is there a open window or?
It is December, so probably not.
Oh.
I keep trying to remind myself that because I keep wanting to be like, the door's open and this is what you hear.
Yeah.
It's such a DM trope to be like, man, you overhear this.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, sometimes, like, especially if there's a fire going on, people will crack windows because it gets so dry from the fire. They do it to let that moisture in. I still do it. Humidifiers weren't a thing yet.
Well then, we'll yes and that and say that there's a cracked window that
There
you
you
see.
go.
If you want to try and sneak up.
I followed Willie. What's the temperature of the crowd right now? Is it like, can I gauge whether
It's
not
hard to tell, because you're just looking through these little windows from a distance, unless you walk right up to the doors. But there's
a part of me that wants
on the
to.
face are between like unhappy and impatient, all the way to like miserable. You don't see any happy faces, smiling faces in the sheriff's office today.
Willie is gonna turn and look at everybody and just say, "Wait here, all right." Wyatt and I are gonna get closer and trying to hear what they're saying. This is a typical mess around. Like, they just get up to weird shenanigans all the time. So like, when she they'll just do this is like something like this is practiced for them.
Yeah, Wyatt's like getting
Willie's
ready
a con
to,
woman. Yeah.
Yeah, Wyatt's getting ready to just kind of like,
oh, here it goes.
Yeah. Closely like throws the Winchester over his like shoulder, just quick enough we can whip it over, but it walks Willie and goes, I swear to God, if I get brand new wounds because of you, I'm kicking your ass.
Well, wouldn't be the first time I deserved it, I know that.
Just talk to these people. And
she's actually gonna go, if the window is cracked, and kind of position herself underneath the window to kind of listen before she decides to go in or do anything.
So you hear a conversation happening before you even get to the window. And as you get there, you can kind of make out a few voices. First voice you hear is kind of a higher pitched man's voice. He's talking. He says, "Well, can't you tell what's wrong with her, Doc? Don't don't tell me you don't know." And you hear another man's voice. Sounds like an older man. Kind of starts to explain. He's like, I don't. I'd have to, I have all. I'd have to. Um, it would help if I had my equipment, all of my equipment, but I came on such a hurry that I just have my exam bag. Um, and you can hear him kind of ask a few more questions and get a response from a woman's voice. He's asking her, like, what did you eat and stuff like that. And like, she's, she kind of gives these, pretty standard answers and, um, she says that she hasn't been feeling good since the night before, and then he says something along the lines of like to the other man, like they along the lines of these women are sharing the similar symptoms. Seems like this isn't the first one that he's examined. He's already done an exam while you guys were standing on the corner catching up. Yeah. So you overhear basically just a doctor's exam.
So we know probably what this is. We probably have an idea based on everything we've been through and talking to Leia and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So Willie's gonna look at Wyatt and go, "What?
Do not get involved."
Well,
I,
but we know what's wrong."
yeah, but they don't. We don't know if they're in on it or. I get closer to her, and I'm like, we don't know if they're in on it or not.
That woman's hurting.
Yeah. What's in our fucking business?
You're right. Actually,
Like, tough tits, that woman. We're the new people. We come in to weird things are happening. Who do you think they're gonna fucking at worst run out? I know you're not familiar with this process, but I sure as shit am. If you feel like you could talk to them, by all means do that, but do not tell them where we're at.
I know I can talk to him. I can talk to anybody, and I can convince most anybody of anything. What? But
Great. These people
you're
are probably going to start looking for blood soon.
well. They're gonna have more on their hands if more of them fish things are around. That thing damn near sawed through my leg and Colette's.
And you think it got that big and got into that basement, that cellar without anyone knowing?
I don't know. That wash
Yeah.
basin was down there and it was flooded. Maybe it, I don't know, maybe it came out of Leia. Maybe she threw up fish eggs. Or
I look
maybe, I don't know.
I look up, is the storm cloud like getting closer?
Yeah. It's starting to drizzle. Faux shizzle.
I know it's not my business. And you know I'm real good about minding my own business.
I can't tell you what to do, Willie. I've tried so many times and it's been ignored. So do what you got to, but don't be surprised if they ain't necessarily happy to be informed of what the real problem is.
I think maybe you're right. They don't want anyone, Leia doesn't want anyone to know where she is. Well,
Exactly. And that's the other thing. Leia left home for a reason.
yeah.
You can hear as this doctor, he gives this woman a temporary prescription for Dramamine to kind of help with the nausea. and sends her on her way and says, "Go ahead and send in the next patient." And, all right, I'll go get her.
Maybe I just talked to the doctor, not the whole time.
I'm surprised he didn't just give her opiates.
A little early for
Later,
this area of
later.
the country to be effective by oxy.
Billy Mays.
Billy
was
Mays
cocaine.
here.
Do
Do you have fish in your belly?
you shouldn't. Yeah, Wyatt like giving up the ghost, ironically, to Willie. It's just gonna like start heading slowly back, not to draw any attention back to the rest of the group, because Wyatt knows that not many of them can pass the paper bag test, and it's not a good thing. So he's gonna walk back to the car.
Willie is gonna walk into the sheriff's office and
Muted.
stand there until somebody notices her or says something to her.
It might take a while because these women are all kind of panicky. A lot of them with their significant others, and they're you see as after a little while, one of the women comes out of the exam room, and you recognize her. It is man, I have so many characters. It is Georgie Triplet. She comes out and she says she's with Josephine Pickens, the older lady who runs the ladies auxiliary. And she's kind of comforting her and telling her, it's gonna be okay. I'll take care of the the beef and barley. You can get some rest. And Josephine is like, I can't believe it. I don't know what it is. And she can't stop gagging on her like way out of the door. And she said, and Georgie kind of notices you. And she's the redheaded girl that y'all helped with the work for the ladies auxiliary. She notices you. She says, "Hey, are you?" She leans over. "Are you under the weather too?"
Oh no, I just did you eat any fish lately? Just curious.
No, I mean, I can't stand the stuff, but why? Why do you ask? Do you think that's what poor Josephine's gotten sick? Josephine, do you eat fish? Josephine's like, I don't think, maybe.
Maybe it's not fish. Did you eat anything that made you feel this way the first time?
Like, it could have been the fish. I did. There was a sale last week.
Did you get sick after you did that? After you ate it? You cooked it?
I cooked it yesterday for lunch. Hold on. And she runs outside, throws up.
Mm.
And anybody outside it smells like fish. Or if you were to follow her.
Yeah. So you did get fish. That's what you're saying.
I got fish for lunch. I grilled it.
And then you started feeling bad, right? That was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get no more fish, all right?
Okay.
She goes inside and like there's the doctor's in a separate room seeing the people. Is that what's happening? Yeah. She's gonna go come in there and go in there and just knock on the door.
You hear excuse me, wait, please wait, I'm performing an exam. And then you see the door opens and it's a man. He's like actually I have a description of this. Get it twisted.
He looks like a man.
He looks like a man with clothing. Sheriff Andy Hodge. Yeah, he's kind of a taller guy. He's a little thin. He's got his sheriff's hat on the table behind him, so you can see his kind of thinning hair with his little bald spot on top if you were to see him turn around. But he looks down at you and is like, "Can I help you?"
Hi there, Sheriff. My name's Janie, and I'm new in town, and I was happening to talk to Regina in the store, and she said that they've been selling a lot of fish lately, and I noticed some of the names of some of the ladies that I had met in town because I was trying to get to that beef and barley.
Lady,
Just,
you're gonna have to wait your turn just like all
it's
these other
not me.
ladies.
I'm not sick. I just want to talk to the doctor. You see? I
Okay,
think I
well,
might know why these ladies are sick, and I'd like to tell the doctor.
you hear that, Doc? Come on in. The doctor gestures towards you, gestures like for you to come in. Uh,
Hi there. I'm Janie. I'm new in town, just passing through, but I heard there was supposed to be a beef and barley. Anyway, the whole point is, I'm just here to kind of tell you, I talked to Regina in the store, and she has been selling these fish from this man, and I think he's kind of tall, and he's got scarring on his face. He's been selling fish in town. Seems like to me every lady I've talked to is eating these fish. Maybe we ought to figure out what's going on with these fish.
the doctor is seated and he kind of looks at you through his spectacles. You can see his like blue eyes look really like big and goofy through his glasses. He's kind of old man, little old turtle man vibes. He's like I've seen a lot of food poisoning and I don't think I've ever seen um anything quite like this, but I've read about uh outbreaks. Do you think it's a local source?
I think he gets the fish from the reservoir.
The sheriff speaks up and he said, "Ain't nobody gonna eat them damn fish from the reservoir."
Well, they wouldn't know they was from the reservoir if they didn't catch them themselves. If he's bringing them here and selling them, I don't know nothing about that man, and I don't know his name, but might be worth looking into, Sheriff. Maybe just a hunch. All these ladies seem to be getting real sick. That can't be good for the town. Not good for morale. Not good for the people.
Well, I thank you for the heads up. I guess I'll keep an eye out. You see any details about him
I
other than
think he was getting in a truck yesterday or something. After I talked to Regina, it seemed like he was. I saw a man fitting the description she gave, and she might have some more information too. But the records, she keeps real good records, and she kept records of whoever bought fish. And it seemed like to me a lot of the ladies who did were on that list.
huh? All right, well, I guess that's worth looking into.
I thought so too. Great, I'm so glad. Well, have a nice day. She like does the weird and she's got
Okay,
this like
bye. What was your name? Jamie.
Janie, yeah. And
Janie.
she as she gets out of the sight, she drops back to her normal demeanor. Is like,
He's like trying to find like a pen and paper as you just like will turn and leave. Um, yeah.
as soon as she walks out the door, she drops it and walks back to everybody. All right, I told them. I don't know what they'll do with it.
Wyatt's just like in full scan mode to make sure nobody is given like this group of people the side eye. Like Wyatt is in full survival mode. Like
As you all kind of meet back up at the vehicle, you hear, the crack of thunder and lightning across the sky as the rain really starts to come down. And the ladies file and their husbands file out of the sheriff's office one by one slowly and get back into their cars, walk home if they live nearby. And the crowd slowly disperses. And you guys, where do you think y'all are heading as we wind up this?
I think going back to the Walker is the plan.
that's what I would suggest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is about dinner time.
And I got my card.
Nice.
Uh,
Mhm.
Wyatt's gonna grab. He has a cast iron skillet, or actually,
He's got
I
his
would say
pack.
he's got. Yeah, he's got his pack. He's got like a jar. He's gonna hold his jar out a little bit and catch some of this rain as we're going up to the Walker place. Like he'll sit in the back. It's fine. He's been rained on before, and he's gonna try to see if he can see if something's up with this. See if something's up with the weather. So, but we can figure that out when we get to the Walkers. So
Mhm.
Sure. Just remind me next time.
I'll write it down on my notes.
Well, okay. We just start riding off into this storm, going back to the Walkers. Sounds about that time to wrap her up. Um, Thank you everyone for coming and showing up. If you're watching this on Twitch as it airs, we'll see you in an hour for the next episode. Like, that's how that works. And because of that, we're not going to get too in depth with our outros here, just because again we're going to see you in an hour live. But yeah, do that. Make sure you're here. Follow my channel on the Twitch, the Twitters, all that kind of stuff at Valdrianth, and just wait till next episode for my actual spiel of things. But I'm here, I'm queer, and I make TTRPG content for me and my friends. So, Rendis, you're up next. And we can't hear you.
Mind me.
There you go.
I do not know what's going on with this mic. It just
We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I legit don't know because it is not muted at all. I am Rendis of Party Wipe Games. You can find me everywhere at Party Wipe Games. I will probably be sitting in on this one live the hour before the game, even if I am going to be playing my own game during the time. I can multitask. My computer is just that good. I would be currently playing Brindlewood Bay during that time, but I will be in the chat for the premiere of this episode. So I'll be there, or you can watch it, or you can multitask too if you have multi-tabs. Yay! Anyways, that's me. That's all I've got. Nothing major going on right now.
Okay, John.
Yes. I'm. It's just John. You can find me on Discord, Blue Sky. I'm on Twitter, but not really. I guess I'll take this time as someone who, we're recording this early because we were staying in solidarity with Palestine and Gaza. So, as someone who has been around many Palestinian people and many Arabic people in general, I would like to take my time to say that this is a genocide that has been going on for over 70 years. It's happened before, and every time we're told that this is going to be the last one, they've been bombing, they've been killing people, killing Palestinians relentlessly, and it hasn't changed a thing. The only way to go forward is with a ceasefire and a discussion about statehood. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I will say that those are my opinions, not of anyone here or officially of the channel. Those are just John's opinions. But that's all I got.
It's a pretty good opinion to have because I also share that. I am the product of two genocides, so I also agree. So cool. Marlo, you're up.
Hey, you can find me anywhere you want to find me. Anywhere, if it's Instagram and Twitter. At Marlo Bogwitch. It's Bogwitch with 2 G's. Yeah, I'll talk more about other projects on the next one, but yeah, we took off. What you will see is we're doing it this week, but we didn't want to air it till this week, till this week that you're watching it. So, as a stand of solidarity, and I think that's awesome. I think there's a lot of issues, and hopefully it'll get figured out this time around. It's been 70 years though.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
We got our good vibes behind it. Anyway, that's all I got.
All right. And Lily.
Hi, I am Lily. I am Elise on Life on Twitter and Blue Sky, and I am La Scribe on Twitch and Discord. I'm LilyPHO on Instagram. And yeah, like I sort of hang around all those places that you can find me. I'm on a few podcasts that I'll mention in the next outro for the next episode. I'm Black and Indigenous, so I am always in solidarity with Indigenous people, resistance everywhere, anywhere.
And last but not least, Jim Jams, Jeremy, Mr. Stedman.
Thank you, everyone. Very well said. I don't think I could say anything better than it's already been said, but I think that this is an important thing, and I'm glad that we could participate. Um, I can be found on the Discord at Jammy, just at me, and we could talk about games. I am designing a couple of things with Val. Hopefully, we'll have some more information after the next episode. Maybe I'll have an announcement or something to make. But look forward to that and get scared.
I'm scared.
Mhm.
All right. And with that, everyone, thank you. Free Palestine, and we will see you later. Bye.